Hello, everyone, and welcome to this year's live event. So you may notice some things have changed a little bit, but we're here for the 7th annual Chasing Chad Gala. And even though it may be virtual this year, we're still here to share and celebrate Chad Bordwell and his mission and his vision to help those in need. Chasing Chad has been here as an organization to help those and support them in through their time dealing with brain cancer and brain tumors. We not only help support the families that are affected by this disease, but also help to support the research that goes into finding a cure. And that's what this evening is all about. So welcome to all you fellas and dames out there on the internet. We welcome you to this event this evening. We have such a great agenda. It's full and fun-filled. And so this year is all about sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying a drink in the comfort of your home and enjoying the content that we have for you this evening. So first of all, we have this great opportunity to kind of share together in this event. You may have noticed if you're joining us on Facebook or on YouTube, you have the ability to comment on this live stream. So this is an opportunity for you to sound off and join our live stream. So I'd welcome everybody to kind of share with us a little bit about how you're celebrating this year's event. Whether you're hanging out with friends at home as a watch party or what you're drinking at home. So let's see if we can get a few of these comments up on the screen. So hello from Stephanie. Stephanie, welcome to the stream. Let's see who else we got out there. Misty, I know is hanging out with us here in the back room. We certainly want you guys to chime in. We also have Karen. Looks like Karen is joining us from Facebook. Karen, welcome to the live stream. So glad to see you. So glad to have you. So yeah, so throughout the evening, if you feel like you want to toss a comment up and say hello, feel free to join us. We certainly welcome you to join this live stream and be a part of it. And just because we couldn't be together in person doesn't mean we can't share and celebrate together through these great technologies that we have. So I want to reiterate as well that even though we normally get together and it's a fun event to kind of get together and kind of talk and mingle amongst each other, we're still here to celebrate and share in the big thing that we're doing, and that's raising money for this great foundation. As you're going to hear throughout the evening, we've been able to do some great things through the donations that we as a group have been able to raise over in the years past. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you as well. I know that you're going to be joining us for a watch party a little bit later. We're super excited to see you guys there. Julie is also a board member, so welcome to the chat. But this is really around our fundraising effort around Chasing Chad and making sure that we still have the ability to provide the impact and the ability to help others who are dealing with this insane disease. So big thing before we get started, if you haven't had a chance to yet, make sure to register. It's going to be through the GiveSmart page, which will be scrolling down on the bottom of the screen. So Dan will be putting that up here shortly for you. So if you haven't had a chance to register, please do that. There's some benefits to doing that. First of all, you'll get some playing cards. You'll get a poker chip, as well as a Chasing Chad commemorative wristband. And next year, when we're hopefully live and in person, that poker chip will get you a free drink at the bar next year. So make sure to register when you can. Now, getting on to a quick introduction here. Heaven Bordwell will be providing a quick video welcoming all of you to this year's event. So Heaven, take it away.
On behalf of the Chasing Chad board, thank you for attending our Roaring 20s themed event tonight. Tonight's event will certainly be different than it's been in past years, but our goals are still the same: to provide an entertaining evening while raising funds for brain tumor research and to help area families fight the fight of their lives. The Brain Cancer Society recently reported that brain tumors represent the highest initial per patient cost for any cancer group. Often brain tumor patients are not able to work in the same capacity that they were before their diagnosis, and they're faced with many out-of-pocket costs for their medical treatment. Chasing Chad is committed to providing financial help to these struggling families and to funding much-needed, valuable research right here in our own backyard at the Medical College of Wisconsin. Thank you for helping us continue both of these missions right here tonight. And many thanks to all of the individuals who have helped transform and reimagine the Chasing Chad Gala for 2020. Enjoy the evening, And we hope to see you all in person again in 2021.
All right. So great to hear from heaven, and thank you so much for welcoming everyone to this year's event and reiterating the power and the impact that we're driving here tonight. So first of all, I want to get started by talking a little bit about you, the audience, and what you've done to support Chasing Chad throughout the years. 7 years ago, you helped us start this annual event, one that's brought together so many different people from so many different walks of life to help fundraise for this important cause. So it was 11 years ago that Chasing Chad was formed, and in 2014 we had our first gala. And now Chasing Chad hosts this gala every year to make sure that we can continue to raise money in Chad's memory. So thank you for participating, donating, and being a supporter of Chasing Chad. We could not have done this gala without you. Your unwavering support, especially now amidst the midst of a global pandemic, will not be forgotten. Thank you for your continued support for our gala. And again, even in this virtual form, we're so glad to see all of you. I first of all want to give a quick call out. I know I saw Elizabeth Hannon chime in. Welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the gala, on the virtual gala, as well as to Erica Breitrick. Thank you so much. We couldn't have done so much without you. I know we were working together with you all week around some of the videos that we had. So thank you so much for your help in volunteering as well. Next, I want to go and thank our sponsors. So thank you to our generous sponsors. First of all, we're on Direct Supply's campus this evening, and we've been able to present from Direct Supply. And so we've been given this great space to kind of work out of. And not only that, but they can give us a considerable financial donation as well. Also, thanks to Kaufman Jacobs, Joe Roth, and Moonlight Golf Leagues. I heard you guys had a great year and raised so much money for this cause. Thank you so much for your effort. Batomi, Von Breesen, and Roper, thank you so much for sponsoring this event. Again, we could not have done this without you. Want to call it Emily. Thank you so much, Emily, for chiming in. So happy to see you. Thank you so much for joining this evening. So if you have a chance, you can also donate as well. So you're going to see the GiveSmart link throughout the event this evening. This is your opportunity to donate. So if you have a chance to go to the GiveSmart page, please do that. We know that giving beyond the admission cost might be a little bit difficult this year. But again, the impact of even a small donation could have such an impact on someone's life and someone's ability to navigate this disease. Just to give you an understanding, so $75 of a donation could be 2 office copays. A donation of $100 could be an average monthly out-of-pocket for a patient expense for Optune, which is a treatment cap. $250 could go towards groceries or meals. $500 could be the average monthly out-of-pocket cost for chemotherapy treatments alone. And $1,000 could be rent or mortgage assistance for a patient unable to work during their time of treatment. Our goal this evening is to raise $30,000 with you all this evening. And we're hoping that all of you can help us attain this goal. Again, donate via Chasing Chad's GiveSmart page and check out our sponsors at that GiveSmart page as well. You can see our Flapper Girl here, as well as all the supporters scrolling through the screen. This is a great way for you to give and also for us to track our progress. And we'll be checking back in with our Flapper Girl throughout the evening to see how we're doing. All right. So another quick incentive if you didn't need anyone or any other one. First of all, if you enter into the raffle, you can get a chance to win one of these great packages. So we can, get our booze stash going for our 1920s fun and fam. So make sure to donate today. And if you need an opportunity to grab a raffle ticket, please do that. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Thank you so much for attending this event. We're so glad to see you and so glad that you've been a part of it this year. All right. So tonight we're going to have a little bit of fun. Hear all about Chasing Chad's impact, and most importantly, celebrate Chad's legacy. While this is serious stuff, I did promise that we were going to have a little bit of fun this evening. So I know we wish we could join in person, but we're all doing this virtually, right? So let's start the gala off right, and let's turn it over to Taryn and her dad and their watch party. Tonight, they're mixing Chad's favorite drink, which, as most of you know, is a Jack and Coke. So take this time to get yourself a little giggle water, maybe some moonshine, and let's make it even better, we'll promise, throughout the evening. Taryn, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am Taryn Boardwell. This is my dad, Scott.
Hi, everybody.
He was Chad's older brother. And we thank you all for joining us tonight for our virtual gala. While we wish we could be in person and cheersing together, we want to make sure everyone still has fun and drinks Chad's favorite drink tonight. So we are going to show you how to make that. So we have our lovely Chasing Chad glasses ready to go with our ice already. And then we are going to grab our Jack. And we have a special bottle here at the Boardwell House. So
Wow, look at that.
our Jack bottle has Chad on it, actually.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, so we have this special bottle to drink out of tonight. So to make your Jack and Coke, you got to add the most important part, the Jack. You want to do yours?
Sure.
I kind of gave myself a heavy pour on accident.
Well, you know, it's going to be a long night. You might as well, you know.
And if you have room for Coke, then that's a good thing.
All right. We're going to stray from the original recipe and use Diet Coke. So feel free to use Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, whatever you want with your Jack. Add that in there. And like Brad mentioned, if you got a poker chip as a thank you gift, you can use that next year to get a free Jack and Coke at the Hopeful Live event.
I got a lot of poker chips with me, so I'm pretty excited for next year.
You're just ready. I'm going to have to steal some of your stash over there.
You can see the top of the stack right above the scrolling thing. So
awesome.
All right, everyone. Thanks for a great event. Let's have a good night. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and showing us how to mix that drink. It looks awesome. All right. Welcome back. So I just want to acknowledge a few comments that came through as we were mixing up the Jack and Coke. So let's bring those up on the screen if we could. So first of all, thank you so much to the Grease family. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening. Miranda, great to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and for supporting Chasing Chad. And to Chad, thank you so much for hanging out. And yeah, we'll look forward to having that Jack and Coke next year for sure. Awesome. And Tina, thank you so much for joining the live stream. Great to have you on. Again, if you have an opportunity, those of you who are on the live stream, thanks again, Karen. Good to see you as well. If you're on the live stream and you want to join on the conversation, just feel free to hit that comment button and you can join in and sound off and let us know what you're doing to celebrate this year. Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Chasing Chad and the history behind Chasing Chad. So 11 years ago, Chasing Chad was formed. And so it was first formed in December of 2009. And as a group, they were created to support and inspire when Chad was in the hospital. Many friends pledged to complete an equivalent of a marathon, 26.2 miles, a physical activity during the month. And Chasing Chad provides support to local brain tumor patients, provides funding for valuable brain cancer research, and promotes healthier lifestyles by striving and achieving for bold fitness goals, all in memory of Chad Boardwell. So a little bit of history about Chad. Let's bring it back to him. 47 years ago, Chad Boardwell was born. Chad was a loving husband and father and of 3 young girls. He was also a son, a brother, and a friend to so many. Chad was a driven individual, personally, professionally, and as a direct supply general manager. He was an avid runner, completing 9 marathons, and a sports enthusiast. Chad passed away on December 18th of 2009. Chad asked that we use the enthusiasm and support to help raise money for brain cancer research. And that's why we're all here this evening. So we'll now have the chance to check in with 2 direct supply partners, Joel Treffert and John Walter, who will speak more on the tenacious person that Chad was personally and professionally. Joel, John?
the more you pour, the more people give. So let's pour those very, very aggressively. Chad had an incredible legacy with so many layers to it, and that's what we're here to celebrate tonight. And one of those layers that I want to make sure never gets lost is the impact that he's had on direct supply, and in particular, one of our business units, Tells. Chad was the first general manager ever of Tells, and I had the incredibly good fortune of working with him very early on. We did not know what the hell we were doing by any stretch of the imagination, but we had fun, and we had a vision that was laid out by our founder and CEO, Bob Hillis, about what Tells could become. And I think that Chad would be absolutely blown away today if he knew what's become of Tells since his passing. There's really nobody better to talk about what's happened with Tells and the foundation that Chad laid than John Walter, who's the big boss of the Tells business now, and is really, really well equipped to share some of the impact that Chad had early on the Tells business. John?
Good evening, everybody. Wish we were all here together in person, but I've got a little bit of a different perspective. I've loved coming to the Chasing Chad event every year to hear all of your personal stories, because many of you were friends with Chad, family with Chad. I was not. Our paths crossed only for a few months at Direct Supply, and so I didn't have that privilege. So my perspective is I only know Chad through his legacy. I know him through the stories I've heard from all of you, and perhaps most notably through the stories I've heard from our customers around the country. I probably attended 5 meetings with Chad during my time at Direct Supply. I knew him as this gregarious, charismatic, larger than life nutball. I mean, fierce guy, and he had this just massive reputation. And man, did that manifest throughout the United States of America, because when I finally came to the Tells business, I realized that his influence went way beyond the walls of Direct Supply, because I could not start a meeting without talking about Chad and stories about Chad. This man was beloved. I'm telling you, there are thousands of buildings and thousands of professionals in senior living across the United States that love and revered him. Internally at Direct Supply, though, he also was basically the founder of one of our lines of business in Tells. And he created the foundation of the business. He created a culture that still is strong today. And I actually got an artifact from that with me. Here's a bottle of champagne that I keep on the top shelf of my office that actually overlooks the entire Tells team to this day. In fact, there's still some champagne in it. They must not have finished it off.
Are we going to share in that tonight, John?
I don't think so. It's probably pretty rancid. But April of 2008, Chad led this business, according to this champagne bottle. This is the 2,000 building mark. Now think about taking something from nothing to 2,000 senior living buildings. Thousands and thousands of residents being served by the technology and the strategies that he was putting together. And he managed to have a good time to celebrate with all of his partners in the Tells business as well. So he's still watching over us on a daily basis via this bottle. And man, is his legacy prevailing over us each and every day.
It's really true from a cultural perspective. There's no doubt that Chad's passion and energy pervades Tells and the incredible success that business has had, that he laid the foundation for. And I know, John, there's another thing that you guys do that I think is so awesome to keep that legacy alive. And John's really telling the truth about the impact that he's had on customers, the lasting impact there. And you created an award in Chad's honor, right, for Tells?
We did, yeah. So he really does have this unbelievable legacy across our whole industry. Tells hosts an annual event. It's the largest building management senior living event in the world, right? We get hundreds of our customers representing over 100 healthcare companies from across the country convening in Milwaukee every year. It's a who's who of our line of business. And they all know Chad and love him. And we created something called the Chad Boardwell Legacy Award. And every year we have a panel of people that pick someone in our industry who has had as massive an influence over senior living and all the residents we serve as Chad did. It is a very, very high bar. Some real legends of our industry have received this award each and every year. And it's pretty cool that every year we get to celebrate Chad in front of our entire industry.
For sure. You gave me the honor of bestowing the first Legacy Award winner to Dick Strube. That might be a name familiar to a couple of you who had a huge impact. And Chad and I used to work with Dick very back in the early days of TELS. We just had a fantastic time. And clearly Chad was taken from us way too early. And the glioblastoma that he suffered from is just a dread disease. And as Heaven so eloquently talked about, there's so much impact that the families have from that disease. And I know John will join me in saying we really hope that you'll give generously to this foundation tonight. I know it's a tough year and a tough time. Hopefully you'll be able to give tonight and continue to support the organization. We'd like to thank all the members of Chasing Chad, all the folks in attendance tonight, the board that does so much to put this event on, especially in difficult times. We thank you, and please join us in a cheers, a little toast to our great friend, Chad Bordwell. Thank you so much, and with that, we'll send it back to you, Brad.
Hey, thank you guys so much for weighing in. It's so great to hear you guys reminisce about Chad and his impact to Direct Supply as well as those around him. So cheers to that. All right. So while we're talking about Chad and reminiscing about memories that we have with Chad, this is a great opportunity for you guys to sound off. Those of you who are watching from home, if you have some favorite memories of Chad or just some sentiments about how Chad impacted your life, please feel free to sound out about that in the comments section. We'd love to see those, and we'll engage you with those. So first of all, I want to take a look at how we're doing this evening so far. We're almost halfway through our event, and we are killing it, guys. We are at $16,230 raised this evening. So thank you guys so much for your generous donations to Chasing Chad tonight. Every dollar you're donating goes directly to helping support families in need, as well as to help support research to hopefully find a cure for this disease at some point. So please donate generously, as Joel said. Every single dollar matters. So this is really important, especially during very hard times. So we appreciate you guys doing that. Awesome. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about the memories of Chad that we have. So let's see if there's some stuff coming in. I think we had 1 or 2 comments come in. Maybe people are typing. We can hang out and wait for that. I certainly can tell you as an MC for this event for 2 years running now, one of the things that I never had a chance to meet Chad. I've been with Direct Supply for about 8 years, but I never had a chance to meet Chad. But it was great to be able to mix and kind of talk with the board as I was selected for the MC for this event. And just the profound impact that he had on each board member's life was really unique and inspiring. And as somebody who has to kind of MC this event, it was something that I was able to draw from, and it's been able to give me a true inspiration around this. So it's been really fun to kind of, as we're going through the second year, kind of talk to the board members and interact with the people who knew Chad well. And it was so clear that he was such a great man and someone who had such a great impact on everybody around him. So if you have those memories, feel free to sound off in the chat, and we'll catch up with those here as we go through the evening. So MC, if we can move to the next slide here. Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the history of Chasing Chad. Some of you may be here for your first time, and we welcome you guys to this event. I know a few of you sounded off in the chat that this may be your first event that you've attended. But over the past 11 years, those who have attended this event, those who have given to Chasing Chad, have really helped keep this team and the vision alive and impacting real people fighting this terrible disease. Malignant brain tumors are the most common cause of a cancer-related death in adolescent and young adults. And the most common cancer occurring among 15 to 19-year-olds. And let that sink in. 15 to 19-year-olds are seeing this the most out of any other cancer. So there are nearly 700,000 people in the US currently living with a brain tumor. And there's currently no cure for glioblastomas, one of the most aggressive of those tumors. So today, again, we've talked about this. You can make a step towards a cure. You can help us out this evening. Every dollar you donate, every event that you attend, you can help us get closer to that cure. And that's what tonight is all about, is finding that cure. So to talk a little bit more about what your donations, what your support has done, we're now going to turn it over to the doctors at MCW who have been here at events past, Dr. Bovey, as well as Jennifer Connolly. Sorry, thank you so much. Jennifer Connolly and Dr. Bovey, who have been working on this for us. So let's turn it over to them.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joe Bovey. I'm one of the radiation oncologists at Frederick Medical College of Wisconsin.
And my name is Jen Conley, and I am a neuro-oncologist here at the Medical College of Wisconsin.
So thank you guys so much for doing all this. I guess in present times, this is about what we're reduced to as far as fundraising efforts.
This is what we wear.
Exactly. Yeah. So welcome to a regular day in clinic with Jen and I.
Yep. Bright and early on a Monday morning.
That's right. So we wanted to sincerely thank Chasing Chad, though, for continuing on with their efforts towards fundraising.
Cancer is not your wait for COVID. So we've had to learn to adapt for our practice in clinic and adjust to the ever-changing landscape that we see.
But we also understand the importance of, still maintaining a people connection. And that's why we're super happy that you guys are still doing this. And we've certainly benefited from the generosity of Chasing Chad. So thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate all these efforts. One of the things that we have capitalized on with regard to the generous donations of Chasing Chad has been in the realm of research. And we have 2 investigator-initiated trials that are going to be opening up this year yet that were funded directly from contributions from Chasing Chad. We're super excited about those 2 opportunities.
Yep. So it's amazing, even though we had some slower times in our clinical world, it has allowed us actually more time to focus on the research and make sure that these projects move forward. Again, thanks to your help.
Absolutely. And in addition to that, I think you've got some things to show and tell here. We have continued on with educating our patients with brain cancers. And these are the books that Jen hands out to every patient who comes in with a glioblastoma.
So we are still seeing patients in clinic, and we know patients learn differently. And often those first visits are so overwhelming. So even though we are talking about the diagnosis and sharing information about the treatment plan, they don't necessarily hear, nor do we expect them to remember everything. So thanks to Chasing Chad, who for many years has helped us be able to send every patient home with this book. It is Navigating Life with a Brain Tumor. Mm-hmm. And it talks more so about the personal experiences that patients and the family members go through, whether it's radiation or chemotherapy or just knowing that you have these scans coming up. The other book that Chasing Chad has helped make available to our patients is Eating Well Through Cancer. So we know that going through a diagnosis and treatment with a brain tumor is not just about the radiation, it's not just about the chemotherapy, but it's also about lifestyle and eating healthy to help them feel better.
Absolutely. And, quality of life is a huge factor in any patient who's been diagnosed with brain cancer. And these 2 efforts with these books have certainly enhanced that for every single one of our patients that crosses through our doors. One of the other things that we're super proud of and that has just come to fruition this year is actually our brain metastases program. This program is one of the first in the nation. We're super proud of this effort. We have multiple members of our team across 5 different disciplines in the Cancer Care Center involved in this program. And what made this almost immediately relevant, especially in times of COVID, was the fact that we now have a unique technology system that allows us to discuss these patients in a virtual way in order to expedite treatment plans for these folks and get them to treatment sooner. And that's been a huge benefit for our group as well. And funds from Chasing Chad actually help to fund that mobile application that we use now in order to discuss these patients in a virtual way. So again, big kudos. Thank you.
Right. So we have a weekly tumor board where we all meet now virtually, but because of this app in the Brain Mets program, if I see a patient in clinic that there's a question of a possible new treatment plan that needs to take place, I'm able to enter it on my phone on this app, and then it gets dispersed to our entire team. And those providers then have the opportunity to share their thoughts And really, within a day, we're able to have this new treatment plan without having to wait until next week. And what became even more relevant, again, with this new era of COVID and trying to shorten hospital stays, is because we have that planned sooner and we're able to implement it sooner, patients who are in the hospital are actually getting discharged sooner, which has really been one of the missions over the past 6 months.
Exactly. Well, I wish we had another 10 minutes to talk to you guys about all of the exciting things that are happening with our brain tumor group. But I can say this year in particular, even with all of the challenges and struggles that we've had with delivering care in the times of COVID, it's been a pretty exciting time for our brain tumor group.
It has. I think, those first couple of weeks with the shutdown and COVID, we were all just like you, kind of, what do we do? But we quickly pulled together like we do as a team.
That's right.
And just kept moving forward. You make the most of the situation. And I think we've really done that. And we're excited for what the next couple months brings.
Well, thank you guys so much for the opportunity to share just a bit of what's going on with our brain tumor group. You guys' enthusiasm for what you guys do and the excitement that you bring to your fundraising efforts are inspiring. And so thank you so much for being shining stars as great contributors to our medical college brain tumor group.
We, as well as the patients' lives that you guys have touched over the years and will continue to impact in the future, thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thanks, you guys.
Stay safe.
Wow, and what a powerful message that is from Dr. Bovey and Dr. Connolly. We thank them so much for being a part of this evening's event. And think about that, what they're saying, the money that you're raising this evening, the money that you're donating, it's really going to help find a cure, and it's producing actual results. So as we're going through this evening, let's talk a little bit about where we're at. Let's see what we've got. So we've got $25,000 at this point. We're almost hitting our evening's goal, which is awesome, and we're not even halfway through. So I want to thank everyone so much for donating and for giving. This is such an amazing event. I don't think we ever expected it to go this far. I think we're looking amongst the room and we're just like completely in shock. Thank you so much for your generous donations. This is such an amazing number to be at, but we're so close to getting to our $30,000 goal. So please, even if it's a small donation, please give that. Again, even small donations make big impacts. And we talked about that a little bit earlier. So thank you again for everybody for giving so generously and donating so gracefully. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the statistics. We heard from Dr. Bovey as well as Dr. Connolly some of the statistics and some of the things that they're doing, especially with the support that we've been able to give them. And this year, nearly 14,000 people will lose their battle with brain tumors. But today, we really have the unique opportunity to make a difference, not only in this disease, but in someone's life. We talk about the ability to help someone through buying groceries or maybe paying for rent or maybe even helping out with a few co-pays. And that's really what you're putting money towards this evening. So today, we can help celebrate Chad's life. We can help a brain tumor victim and their families. And that's what really makes this event powerful, is you're helping real people suffering from this real disease. So one thing that we're going to do is we're going to transition here to Susie, who is the wife of Ethan Meyer. And Ethan Meyer is a real person that you helped through your generous donations to Chasing Chad. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Susie.
Hi, my name is Susie Meyer. It is with great honor Heaven asked me to do a video for Chasing Chad Foundation. On this day, March 16, 2016, I never could have imagined how our life was going to change. My husband Ethan had a seizure and taken to Aurora Hospital. They did CT scan and doctors came in and told us he had a brain tumor. My husband was a podiatrist and I'm a surgical assist, so we both were well-rounded in the medical field. Decisions at that point had to be made quickly, and I transferred him to Frederick Hospital, where he was under the care of Dr. Wade Mueller and Dr. John Connolly. A few days later, he had surgery and removed the tumor. He was then diagnosed with glioblastoma, a terminal cancer which his survival rate was 15 to 17 months. I will forever remember this day. We have 5 kids, which 3 were his stepdaughters and 2 we had together. Their ages were 7, 11, 20, 21, and 26. Moving forward, our new normal was radiation and chemo, and he fought very hard, but unfortunately entered the gates of heaven on August 23rd, 2017. Our life had changed in so many ways, especially financially. I was told by a friend to reach out to heaven. I met with her and had an instant connection. She lost her husband also and had small children and knew exactly how I felt. She knew we were struggling in all ways. Chasing Chad Foundation gave us grocery and gas cards, which was extremely helpful for our family. Chasing Chad Foundation is a very unique group of people who have helped and touched so many lives of others. As life has gone forward, I am now a resource for people diagnosed with brain tumors. And also since January, I work in a neurology clinic. Being able to comfort other families has brought great warmth to my heart. This journey is definitely not easy, but we remember all the great memories and will continue to cry and laugh together through all of this. If I can give any advice to each person, it would be life is fragile and never take it for granted. Remember, even through the hard times, we still have a lot to be thankful for. Tell your family and friends how much you love them, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen to this video and helping donate to Chasing Chad Foundation. Blessings to each and every one of you throughout your day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Susie, for that powerful video telling us about a real story of how Chasing Chad is impacting real people and their fight against this disease. So a couple of things. First of all, if you're sitting there and we're getting kind of towards the middle end of this this event this evening, it's crazy how fast time goes, especially when we're trying to do this and we're trying to put everything together. But I just want to talk a little bit about what quantifiable gifts might look like. So you might be sitting there going, $25 doesn't make sense, $50 doesn't make sense. I see a lot of money up there, but how can that help? You know, $25 buys a tank of gas, right? Or $50 might, buy a quick meal out so that they can, in between appointments, right? $75, again, might be 2 co-pays for an office visit. $100 might be the average out of cost expense for the Optune cap. $250 could be groceries or additional meals. $500 could be an average monthly out-of-pocket cost for chemotherapy treatments. And $1,000 could be rental or mortgage assistance to someone who needs it, especially if they're unable to work during this disability. So first of all, I want to check in with our flapper girl and kind of see where we're at. And as you can see, we are edging closer and closer to our $30,000 goal. We are at $28,080. So thank you so much for your generous donations this evening. We are just under $2,000, so I think we can make it. We have a little bit of time left. So make sure to get out your billfolds and donate your dollars so that we can get this event off to a roaring end. So if you're thinking about it and you're sitting back and you're like, man, what can I do? You've already done so much good. Just by attending this event, just by giving your donation and being a part of Chasing Chad, it has done so much good already. You have helped raise over $78,000 for brain tumor patients and helping so many of them secure safe treatments. You've also helped provide over 200 books for patients at Froedtert Hospital. You know, those books about navigating life with a brain tumor. I think that's a great resource for people who may have no other place to turn. From 2010 to 2020, you've helped Chasing Chad donate over $200,000 to the Medical College of Wisconsin for brain tumor research. And that is a phenomenal number. In addition, you've helped fund research at the Medical College of Wisconsin to provide better patient care right here in our own community of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You've also helped the Chasing Chad Neuro-Oncology Research Intern Program, specifically for their brain tumor research program. So it looks like we had a couple people chime in. Let's talk with them. So Stephanie, thank you so much for chiming in. Yes, thank you to Dr. Connolly and Dr. Bovey. So great to have them on the live stream. You've helped fund dedicated radiology technicians and equip and access imaging time and space for brain tumor patients. I think there was a call up for my chair as well. So I want it's not bad. It is not bad. Jared, it is a very comfortable chair indeed. All right. You've not only helped raise the much needed funds, but have also helped keep Chad's memory alive through this impact and participating in healthy lifestyle events. And that's what we're here and celebrating this evening. So next up, we want to cut to one of our live watch parties. So throughout the evening, we have a lot of people celebrating live with us. And one of those folks is Paul and Colleen McMillan. How's it going, guys?
It's going great. How are you doing, Brad? I'm a little chair envy right now. I'm sitting at my kitchen counter with a bunch of friends. I'm like, I'm doing it wrong. The one thing I am doing right, though, I took Karen's advice.
I didn't get to choose the chair, but I'm glad it chose me. So every once in a while, we get these great luxuries in life. But it looks like you guys are living it up. Tell us about what you got going on and who you got with you.
Give a quick view of the viewing party and let you see everybody. Everybody can say hi.
No. Woohoo.
All right. So, what I wanted to spend a little time tonight talking about was actually before this whole thing got started, right? And this is something I get questioned about all the time was, where did the Chasing Chad logo come from? Right? We see it down in the corner of the screen. And so it's actually kind of a funny story, and I hold it near and dear in my heart today. So if we rewind to April 2009, Colleen and I were actually on our way up to Oshkosh to run our second half marathon. And I had a very nervous friend named Chad Bordwell texting me on the way up. Hey man, what time does it start? Where are you going to park? And so all I had known about Chad at that time is every time that I'd run a race with him, he beat me severely. And so it was just this kind of like, great, he's going to show up 5 minutes late and still beat me by a half hour. And so this particular case, we showed up and we took off together, and typical Chad fashion, coming in hot. Had his fancy Garmin watch that about 3 miles in, he was still trying to figure out how to get set to work. And we were kind of off, and it was just a complete struggle for both of us. About 6 miles, he's like, man, I'm just struggling. I'm not feeling it today. And I'm, typical guy talk. I'm like, come on, suck it up. I'm like, you're getting passed by these 70-year-old guys. Just keep moving. So he stuck with it. And about 2 miles from the finish, he's like, I'm done. I'm just done. I got to walk. And he told me to go. So I proceeded to take off a little bit of internal confidence, like this is really gonna happen this time. So I finish and I'm like, you know what? I got to document this. So I decided to run back to about a mile out. And at the time, I think it was an iPhone 4. I pulled out my trusty phone and here comes Chad around the corner. And all of a sudden it's back into full gear. He's like, all right, camera's on, let's go. And so I snapped a picture, right? So if we fast forward, we finish the race, we have our beers, and we go back, and life is great. So, when we fast forward then to the fall of that year, and it kind of starts hitting us like what's happening, we decided over lunch that, hey, we should do something. So a bunch of us were sitting around and said, let's go ahead, let's get this mileage tracker thing started. And I said, we need a picture, guys. What are we going to do here? And I said, I've got the perfect picture. So I reached out to Kyle Selesky, another direct supply employee, and I said, can you help me just do the silhouette of Chad here and do some lettering? And so literally over a lunch, we created a logo that you see today. So I just want to spend a little time. It's getting me a little choked up just talking about it and thinking about all these great memories. So, I think it's an important story about the legacy of Chad, that even just the simple thing of a logo is so impactful to those that knew him. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stand. I'm going to grab my delicious drink, and I'm going to go to my friends and say thank you to everybody in attendance, watching at home at the Technology Center, and to all of our friends, and mostly to Chad. Cheers.
Cheers to Chad and to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Paul and Colleen and friends. It's so great to see you guys and have you be a part of this year's event. Thank you so much for sharing it and for joining us, and also sharing your story about how Chasing Chad logo came to be, which you can now see in the lower right. So thanks, guys. All right. So we are coming to the end of our event. So this is a key opportunity if you're sitting back and you're thinking about an opportunity to donate. We are officially over our goal by $4,000, everyone. So we had set out on this $30,000 mission, knowing that this was going to be a virtual event this year. We have officially crossed the $30,000 mark, and I'm watching some of the live streams from our groups. People are celebrating and have a great time. This is truly an amazing milestone for this for Chasing Chad. So thank you so much for donating this evening. It's so great that you've been able to participate and give so generously to the Chasing Chad organization. Thank you guys so much. So, by the way, if you haven't had a chance yet, I think there's still raffle tickets available. So if you want some booze to celebrate this evening with, feel free to grab yourself a raffle ticket, and you can have a chance to win some of those booze baskets, which could come in real big handy this year. So let's help right now. We have the opportunity. We're at $34,000. Can we make it to 35? Could we make it to 40? It could happen. We still have time left. So let's cut back to our Flapper Girl. Again, give generously. We have the link streaming on the bottom. So if you're in an opportune moment and you have an opportunity to give, let's see if we can stretch this goal even further. Let's see if we can make it to 35, maybe even 40 grand tonight, and we can get there. I know we can do it. So give right now, and again, if you have a chance, feel free to put in a raffle ticket so that so you can get maybe some booze out of the deal. Maybe good. All right. So first of all, we are helping patients and their families right now, and that's the impact that we're having tonight. And this actual annual gala is really the reason why we're all together this evening and really celebrating that gift that we have and the ability to give so generously and donate so graciously. So we want to thank everyone for joining in this evening for our event. Again, this is your last opportunity for the raffle, which we'll be drawing very, very shortly. So thank you everyone for doing that. So I will wait for my maestro to give us the raffle results. If there's anybody in the comments, let's talk to you guys and see how you guys are doing. I got a woot woot from Laura Berry. Thank you so much for chiming in. We are so excited for our success. And Kelly, we have a great story from Kelly. Thank you so much for sharing your message. I remember you from last year and your story, talking about Jason, who had battled with the glioblastoma and passed away in 2020. So thank you so much for attending this event. It means so much to us to have you here with us and to celebrate and share in what we're trying to do to raise money for other families and support them in their time of need. So I think, do we have the raffle results in?
Not yet. Let's do another minute.
Another minute. Okay, so we're still waiting. Raffle results are almost in. We have more people submitting to the raffle. So if you have a minute now, feel free to get into that raffle. We have only a few seconds left to get in some raffle tickets. We have made it to $35,000, team. So we have $4 grand to go. A little bit, $4.5 grand to go until we can hit that $40,000 mark. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but the excitement is building here to raise this additional money. Amy, thank you so much for chiming in. It's so great to hear about Chad as well. And like I said earlier, being the MC for this event and someone who didn't get a chance to know Chad personally and getting to know him through the stories and through the families, it's so great. Cheers to Chad. Jason, thank you for weighing in. Jason, good to see you. Thank you for being on the chat with us this evening. But yeah, it's such a powerful thing to be a part of and to be able to be here with all of you. Stephanie, thanks you again. Yeah, and the story about the logo, it's such a crazy thing to think about, the small moments in our lives that may have a large impact to play later on. So we are so close here to the end of the event. So while we have a second here, I do want to take a moment to all of our parties, to all the people joining from live streams across Wisconsin and worldwide. First of all, I want to toast to all of you and thank you all for joining this year's event. As you can see, some of our watch parties are joining in for this toast here. Want to thank you guys so much for sharing your stories and for sharing your the impact that Chad had on your life. All for being a part of this amazing event this year. We're looking forward to seeing you all again in 2021 in person. And we're so excited again. Thank you guys so much, and cheers to Chad.
Cheers.
Woo!
All right. So let's see if we got some raffle winners. Do we have a raffle winner? All right, we have a raffle winner. Monique McWilliams. Monique McWilliams, you are the winner of our raffle this evening. So congratulations on winning this year's raffle. We'll be getting you all set up with this awesome collection of booths you can celebrate Chasing Chad with friends and family as well. So again, we want to thank you guys for being here for the 7th annual Chasing Chad Gala. It's been so fun being your MC for this event. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be a part of it. Tina, cheers to you as well. Thank you so much for being with us. Hope to see you guys again next year, live and in person. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for everything we've raised. Can we get one more look at the Flapper Girl? Let's see where we finished at. So $35,430. Just to put that in perspective, last year we raised just a little bit under that, I believe, for this event. So thank you guys so much for giving so generously to this Chasing Chad. We could not have expected this at all. So thank you so much for everything you've done in giving and participating with Chasing Chad this evening. We couldn't thank you enough. We guys wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you again next year.